Hello my brass and wind playing friends, welcome to day 4 of your Largo Status Stage week-long trial. Now if that fly flies in front of the camera, I'll be very upset. Let me read you something. I could never play much above the staff. G above the staff was the top of my effective range despite many years of practice and lessons from reputable teachers. Does that sound familiar? This is why I spend my life doing what I'm doing, because the usual, regular, common psychology about how to play, whilst it works to a degree, leaves a lot of people really frustrated. I mean, a lot of people, not just a couple here and there. A majority of players are frustrated and do not get the results that they want. Part of the reason is, like today, in your fourth day of your trial here, we're not worried about the process of playing at all. All we're concerned about is, what sound model do you have in your mind? What do you hear? What does your instrument sound like? On the way to record the Bob Reeves podcast, I was in my car driving Bob across Melbourne, and he said something so profoundly important. You've got to get your students to hear the acoustic sounds of the trumpet. And he said it slowly and twice, and it meant a lot. There are qualities in the sound that you need to hear from a professional player to guide the way that you approach playing. However, obviously you can have the greatest sound in mind, but if you don't have the technical proficiency to provide the results that you want, then frustration rules. And I see it everywhere, every day of my life, because the psychology that a beautiful trumpet sound sets can be deceiving and misleading. We've got all these hidden manipulations and tensions in our body that people don't even realize, and where playing should be like talking, easy, not pushing and struggling and fighting our instrument. This is what we are dealing with. Hence the singing C yesterday. If you don't get it, go back and watch it again. We're looking, when we're in the process phase, for this negative tension, being able to find this hidden tension. Today, we don't worry about that. We've taken care of it. So now, another very valid way of teaching and learning is, what do you want it to sound like? And let's play. Let's make it happen. Play with the most beautiful sound you can. Now, what will happen, which is where most people miss out, because you'll recognize how all of a sudden we've spent 3 days developing freedom, ease of playing, all that stuff. Then all of a sudden you start playing the instrument, and if you're really switched on, you'll recognize the build-up, the back-up in the throat, in the concert hall here. You'll recognize the body working harder, the lips working way harder than it is talking, humming, singing. And hopefully, well, I know it's the case, if you focus on it and repeat it, you will know how to fix it, because we've given you all the instructions as to how to approach holding your instrument, playing your instrument with efficiency, not the psychology of fighting, of pushing, of doing whatever it takes to get the sound out. So it's kind of a bit weird. I'm saying to you, do whatever it takes to get the sound that you want. Yes, but be aware of the overexertion that you might be using to do it. It only goes to a G. And a lot of people will go, I can play these notes already. If you've been playing a few months or even a week, everyone across the world, every single trumpet player can play a low C to a middle G. Every trombone player can play a low B flat to an F. It's not the issue. It's not the issue. You're here to learn. You want to make a change to your playing. You need to recognize that the issues that people have, whether they're beginners, semi-pro, intermediate players, full-time professionals, the issues that they're having stem from inefficiencies in this foundation range. Now I implore you to go through the foundation level and figure out, building a building, you don't build a building on mud, on runny sand. You build it on a concrete foundation, right? And people it's almost too hard. I've got to look too deeply. I've got to think too much about it. I just want to play the instrument. That's fine. There are a million billion golfers out there that just want to hit the ball. And a lot of them will want to play in the Australian Open or the US Masters and will never ever make it because their foundation and their psychology is incorrect. If you want to make a profound change to your playing, we're open-minded, we're internalizing, visualizing, ego at the door, and recognizing where any negative tension begins. And how do we detect it? Like the magnifying glass, we know the feeling of freedom from the singing sea. A lot of people, as it turns out, the course has been going for about 12 months and getting feedback. People look at the singing sea and don't really get it, which breaks my heart because there's so much in it, so much love, so much learning and experience. And you need to understand what it's about, recognizing the body's desire to tighten up when we play passages, whether it be higher, faster, louder, and we accept the fight against the instrument because it's hard work playing brass. You can keep doing that. That's silly. What you need to do is understand the concepts of process and the feelings, the sensations, the ideas, psychologies. Then you just play like today, play as well as you can, play with the best sound ever. But when you recognize, oh, I'm really struggling here, physically, tightening, pushing, choking, all these chokes can happen in the throat, all these crazy things, they don't have to happen. They can literally feel like I was talking about yesterday in the Singing Sea series. You can play like that if you know how to let go and use natural energy. I'll let you go. It's all explained here. Just go through the Largo exercises, just the normal exercises, and slurring, humming, tonguing, harmonic slurs, just the standard technical stuff, but do it on a heightened level of awareness. Great concept of sound. Play the sound. Don't try and change while you're playing. Just recognize the inefficiency that most people have. I don't care what level of play you are. Then compare it to the feeling that we had at the Singing Sea. Over days, weeks and months, it will drip feed into your regular playing. I see it every day of my life. If you are serious about making a change, don't rush this. Listen to what I'm saying and be mindful when you're practicing. It's full on, but you're going to save yourself years of frustration if you put the time in right now. Right now. If you're watching on YouTube, come and join the course. It's great fun. It's full on. There's lots there. We're all just about creating real positive playing experience and great community. So the Largo Status Stage trial, just the link is below. And if you're already signed up and you're doing day 4, make a beautiful sound. Thank you, people. We'll see you tomorrow for day 5.